Hello Libra, welcome, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is your reading for January 5th until the 11th. I went ahead and did a scrying session for you, and I got some notes to share. So if this portion doesn't interest you, feel free to skip ahead to when I'm drawing some oracle and some tarot cards for you, or feel free to locate another tarot channel. There are plenty to choose from, lots of talented folks out there. So diving right in, Libra, the first thing I was seeing for you during the scrying session was a full moon on a starry night, looking up at the constellations. The full moon represents completeness, clarity, balance. I like balance, especially for you, Libra. Time to align with the heart chakra. And the full moon is great for rituals. Something to think about. The stars represent guidance, a divine connection, faith, looking at the bigger picture. The stars in some cultures are viewed as past souls that have moved on. And the stars are also known to be messengers of the gods. Very interesting. The next thing I was seeing for you was an eclipse with light emanating from it. So I guess lots of star stuff to start off. The eclipse representing change, reflection, introspection, fate, destiny, the cosmic order, and letting go. Interesting. Next up, I had seen a silhouette of a person nodding their head. So my thoughts on this are, I guess if you have a yes-no question, the answer might be yes for you. And I also wrote down, ask and ye shall receive. Don't ask, don't get kind of thing, right? So make sure you're asking. Next up, I had seen a black cat that was kind of in their bread loaf form. They were all sleepy and curled up. Black cats talk about, so the Celts associated them with the fairies. So you might want to work with some fae folk, who knows? They're associated with fairies, wishes, supernatural powers, luck, and fortune. They also represent independence, mystery, intuition, and transformation. Lots of talk of transformation with the eclipse as well. Next, I was seeing a set of brackets, like when you're writing stuff down, stuff that's the little additional nuggets of information. So I'd taken this as additional information, like read between the lines, read the fine print. So if you're dealing with any documents or things like that, definitely make sure you're reading between the lines, you're reading the fine print, you're really understanding what you're reviewing, I guess, or even what you're writing if you're writing up a document of some kind. I also wrote down this could be referring to what are some things that you are not saying? What are some things that they are not saying? Is there something that needs to be said and brought to the foreground? Lastly, Libra, my dear, I had seen a thick black hardcover book. So what I had written down for that, black books, I mean, that can talk about past hookups, of course, or like being blacklisted, but going deeper than that, black books are associated with grimoires or witchcraft. One thing I found particularly interesting was Carl Jung, the psychologist. He had a black book journal. These were his personal diaries of his own workings in his mind, his own experiments with himself. So that might hold some significance on your journey here. However, black books can talk about magic, the otherworldly, and books in general talk about knowledge, learning, and wisdom. So it's a really interesting start for you, Libra. I'm going to go ahead and press forward with my Shaman Oracle first. I'm going to draw one of each of these Oracle cards, and then we'll get into the tarot for you. So if you are curious about any readings for the full year of 2025 ahead, I do have those out and ready for you, as well as the full readings for January, if you're curious about those at all. Now, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. It really does help the channel out. As you can see, my channel is still quite new, quite fresh. So I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving me. All right, we've got our Quantum Oracle. Pull one of these. Interesting. Okay. I love that we've got books being highlighted here. Maybe some of you guys are teachers. Maybe you're going back to school. I don't know. Sounds kind of interesting. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Manga Tarot for the week, just to get a more in-depth look beyond the scrying messages and the oracle. These will be clarified further by my Shadowscapes, but we'll just get us kind of started out and in the flow. All right. Once again, this is for Libra for the 5th until the 11th. All right, perfect. Ready to rock and roll. Okay, and I'll just show you now. These are my Shadowscapes. I'll be kind of shuffling them around and stuff while we get into the first couple cards here for you. So, it looks like you are starting off this week with the Spirit of Nurture. Interesting. This kind of like looks like a blanket or something, maybe a safety blanket, baby blanket, but I kind of get the vibe of like this maternal energy coming through. And I feel like a lot of you, this might be pertaining to your guides, kind of a motherly figure. Maybe it's, I want to say it might be a grandmother for some of you guys if they've passed on, a great grandmother, but I feel like you do have a lot of nurturing energy in your field at this time. So that feels amazing, Libra. Now, for the Herbiary Oracle, we are getting Distill Yourself with the plant Thyme. The number 44 is highlighted on this card. Interesting because we have the teacher card being number 4. If you want, feel free to look into the angel number 444, 44, 4,444. The number 4 talks about solidity, structure, order, it's understanding. It can be tests and trials. It can talk about the mind, but it also talks about balance, right? So this Distill Yourself, this is like this labyrinth here, and the labyrinth represents the soul, this journey to the center of the self, and the mandala around here. I really want to talk about Carl Jung for a moment, because we had brought him up earlier in your channeled messages. Carl Jung found the mandala to be of utmost importance. The mandala refers to the self in its actualized form, in its highest good type of state. So you might want to get into doing some mandala artwork. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It is quite fun and it's easy to get lost in it. But distilling yourself, the act of distilling is removing pure impurities from, I guess, an alcoholic beverage and bringing it down to its purest form. So this might be kind of needed here in a nurturing, loving kind of way. I see you kind of breaking things down into its purest form of the self. And you are getting the teacher for people. So you might be a teacher. You might have, I don't know, someone in your life as a mentor that teaches you a lot, that kind of guides you on your path. This could also be a spirit guide. But I do see you learning. You're learning something new, whether it's through the actual act of reading or going inward, right? We can learn in so many different ways. Now, this teacher could also be a motherly figure as well, right? So moving on, you start the week off at the 6 of Swords. This looks really good. The 6 of Swords talks about moving on to calmer shores. You're leaving these choppy waters here. You're leaving them behind onto a smoother sailing path for yourself. So it's a lot more peaceful. It's balanced. It feels a little bit lighter, I would say. Now, one thing though, I do want to point out, the Six of Swords also talks about communication to some extent. These individuals need to communicate to their guardian angel, I felt called to say. They might need to communicate where they're going, how they want to get there. So I really feel like that fits well with our brackets we were talking about. Asking, because if we ask, we get that person nodding that I'd seen. If we're willing to communicate, we will receive. And I feel like this really talks about guides as well. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and speak to them. They want to hear you, they want to help you. So this moves you into the Ten of Cups. Moving on to calmer shores, I tell you, getting this balance, this clear communication, yeah, it brings you to this joyful time in the home. It's happiness, joy, abundance. It's like this calm after the storm, and it's focusing on the good. It's choosing to focus on your happiness, right? And that'll move you into the Page of Pentacles. It's a new opportunity potentially with, a new financial endeavor that's going to bring you abundance. But the Page of Pentacles also talks about, this is really funny, it goes really well with our teacher and the black book I had seen. The Page of Pentacles encourages you to learn at this time about the material world. So this can talk about learning about money and finances, learning about your meat suit, learning about the environment, things like that. So definitely seek out a teacher, a mentor, pick out your books from the library, I, for some reason, have that song from that cartoon show Arthur in my head. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. All right, perfect. So I'm going to start clarifying with the Shadowscapes Tarot, and we'll just get a more clear, concise idea of what's happening this week for you, Libra. Once again, from the 5th to the 11th. Spirit, what is the Six of Swords for Libra? Moving on to calmer shores, you're taking this fiery action. I like to see it. You're thinking clearly and you're moving ahead, very strong, empowered in your way. Your path is clear because you're moving on to clearer shores. Heck yes. One more, Spirit. Ooh, ay, ay, ay. Confirmed by the King of Pentacles. Yes. So this is being money connected. You're looking solid as heck right now. You're very reliable. You're strong. It is wealth, health, happiness. You are on top of the world right now. This looks really freaking good. Clearing your mind, moving on to calmer shores, communicating is going to be key here. I really feel that, especially when I saw the brackets popping up for you. So make sure you're communicating clearly. Make sure you're asking. If you need help, ask. There's no shame in asking for help. I know a lot of us struggle with that. It's really hard to ask for help. Oh my gosh. But you could do it because it's going to go great if you are communicating clearly. This moving on to calmer shores, like, oh my gosh, you just kind of explode into this fiery action of abundance. Beautiful. Moving you into the Ten of Cups. Yeah, you're more focused on the good at this time. You've got a lot of things that are good to focus on, really. Spirit, what is the Ten of Cups for Libra? Ooh, ay, ay, ay. It's the Queen of Cups. This is very much highlighting your intuition. It's telling you you can trust yourself, you can trust your feelings, you can trust your intuition. Now, this also talks about creativity. Now is a really good time to express yourself creatively. And I mean, that goes really nicely, of course, with this idea of intuition. I feel like creativity and intuition just go so beautifully together. We'll take one more, Spirit. Confirmed by the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles talks about a project that you're working on, and it is a good project. Keep up the good work because you're working hard and it's going to be successful. One thing I want to talk about with the Three of Pentacles, it can talk about seeking help from others. We've really talked about this, really highlighted it. We can see this individual here holding them up, kind of boosting their success. Now, not only that, the Three of Pentacles also encourages us to show off our work. Don't hide it. You're doing great. Do the thing. You're killing it. Now, this moves you into the page where you're kind of learning more. Definitely see that. I'm just going to reshuffle. Sorry, I feel very called to reshuffle my Shadowscapes for you. I just kind of make a mess of the cards. Usually by the time I hit the third card, it's like, yeah, I gotta clean up. All right. All right, Spirit, what is the Page of Pentacles for Libra? It's clear thinking with the Two of Swords, and it's more balance. I really like how much balance is being highlighted. I do feel very called to point out, because balance is being talked about, don't just press forward and keep go until you burn out, especially if you're learning new things or you're on this inner journey. I feel like it's really easy for us to get burnt out, even if it's in our work endeavors too, with this Three of Pentacles, right? This Ace of Wands, this fiery action. It's important to make sure you're getting your rest and relaxation as well. Don't push yourself too hard is what I'm getting. Take one more, Spirit. Ooh, the Lovers. This is beautiful. So, I mean, definitely partnerships looking good. However, the most important thing about the Lovers is it's this love of the self and the world around you. I love this. I love this. It's like, it's positivity. You're feeling very light, and you can, once again, your intuition is being highlighted here. You can trust yourself. You can trust your intuition. You can trust your feelings. Your connections are looking really good. And I do very much want to highlight that because we have the Spirit of Nurture showing up. Like, we've got a lot of watery energy here. I mean, the Six of Swords is air. Air is oh my gosh, air is the element for swords. However, this is a very watery card. Now, you've also got the Ten of Cups. You've got the Queen of Cups. What else do we got here? I mean, the Two of Swords in the traditional tarot, there's a lot of water in that one. But I feel like, yes, nurturing yourself and nurturing others, I think that's really going to be called for here. Now, this starry night here that I had seen for you, this full moon, completeness being talked about, clarity is very much being seen with the Six of Swords, with the Two of Swords as well, with the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of clarity here. Gorgeous. And it feels like you're being divinely guided. Like, this is pretty big. Whatever questions you have, whatever question, do I take the opportunity? Yes, do it. Do it. Do the thing. Like, I see you making a lot of inward changes, these internal changes. And it's like, you might be stumbling on some spiritual information that holds a lot of significance at this time. Because of the black book that I was seeing for you, the Page of Pentacles talking about learning and curiosity, right? About the material world. As well as brackets being talked about, like making sure we're clearly communicating things. And the black cat loafing. It's like you're gaining all this intuition here and this independence. It is a positive transformation for you, Libra. So I think I'm going to leave it here, but I hope you have a wonderful day, and I think you're going to have a blessed week. Take care now.